Okay. All right. Good afternoon, beautiful people. You already know it's Adetola Freeman here. From it's afternoon here from Nigeria, and this is the weekly market analysis. You guys already know what we do here. Basically, we look through the markets, come up with specific trade ideas and concepts that you guys can be able to watch out for throughout the duration of the trading week. All right, and that is basically what we've come here to do today. All right, that's basically what we've come here to do today. So I want to plead with you guys, invite your friends, share the link. All right, we're just going to take a few minutes, like about 2 minutes. All right, to wait so that a couple more of our guys can join in. All right, once we have full house, we're going to get started. All right, but in the meantime, just 2 3 minutes, we're going to be waiting. So share the link. All right, this is once again the Monday market review. Right, Monday live market review. Omar Farouk, next time you join my call and try to give a signal in the chat box, I am literally going to ban you from ever dropping a comment on my stream. All right, because that opinion is misleading. Do not construe as a financial advice what is your own opinion. All right, it's unprofessional and it is very, very bad. All right, so if you don't have any professional licenses to give financial advice, please refrain from doing that on. All right, thank you, and I appreciate your willingness to cooperate. So, guys, 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. We're gonna get started. I just need our attendance to reach up to about. All right, let's do 40. All right, I think there are about 29 of us on the call right now. Once we get to 40, we are going to hit the nail right on the head. I think we already have about 40 something people on the call right now. Thank you so much, Samuel. Sadiq, my man, good afternoon. It's been a long time. How are you doing? It's good to see you. All right, so we're gonna get started this week, but you guys already know as usual. All right, then we go over to gold, and then we go over to your your requests. All right, so we start with the majors, then gold, then your requests. That order. All right. I'm not going to start with gold. I'm not going to start with oil. I'm not going to start with US 30 or any other commodity for that matter. Right. We are going to start as usual. Let me see. I'm trying to get to my profiles. Good afternoon. Bello is good afternoon. It's good to see you. Prince, hello. Good afternoon. It's good afternoon. You are welcome. Now, let me quickly say this. For those of you who say, oh, I don't like trading the news, I'm probably never going to trade the news. All right. You have no idea what you missed last week, which was NFP week. All right. Last week, Friday, we had an amazing. In fact, amazing is too, I don't know how to put it, but it doesn't just do justice. All right. Last week, Friday, NFP news, we traded it and virtually all our TPs got it. All right, all our TPs got it. So this Thursday is the CPI news. All right, if you would like to learn how to trade the news on your own, or you would like to learn how to, make some money from trading the news, all right, you can simply join us this Thursday. All right, you can join us this Thursday and make the most of that trading opportunity. All right, give me a minute. Give me a minute. My eyes are watering. All right. So I was trying to look for my profiles so that I could go to some of my pre-saved charts. All right, but I don't think I'll be able to do that right now. Omar Farouk, good afternoon. Good evening in your case. Vikas, good afternoon. Hello. Ladaxin, good afternoon. Good afternoon, my good friend. All right, so we're gonna go with the majors. I think we're gonna be starting with Euro USD, GBP USD, and then maybe AUD USD or any other pair against the USD. Then from there, we'll go to gold. I can see the first request from Samuel. All right, Samuel wants us to look JPY. We'll do that. All right, I think we will do that. Okay, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay. All right. This is actually good news. All right. Just hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Don't rush. All right. So let's see. Now, before I start the analysis today, I think it will be important for me to point a few things. All right, to point out a few things. Um, and some of the things are things that you guys already know. All right, but I think that you need to be reminded about them. All right. In the market, all right, your risk management is to a large extent more important than your accuracy. All right, let me come again on that. Your risk management, all right, is much more important than your accuracy, than your win rate. All right. What I mean by that is it is safer for you as a trader if you're making maybe 1:1, 1:2, and you're doing that consistently, all right, at maybe 60% accuracy, all right. That is more profitable for you to a large extent than if you're targeting 1:20, but you are risking all of your chips on that single call. All right. That is a very, very terrible business decision. All right. That I wouldn't recommend anyone take. All right. Are you guys with me? So that's the first thing. Then, secondly, remember, recently I was showing you guys how to work with entry confirmation techniques. All right. I show you guys two entry confirmation techniques. The first was the double break of structure. All right. I showed you guys the double break of structure. And then the second one was the break of structure, break of trend line, which was the second one that I showed you guys. And to be honest, it is my desire that you guys would take these things that I share with you again and again. All right, it's my desire that you take them back to your own drawing board. All right, build on them. All right, and then make some profits off of them. Okay, it would be a thing of great joy for me to see that the things that I share with you guys for free on these calls, all right, I would like to see them make you guys become millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires, as God permits. All right. So, guys, if you're with me right now, you're ready for us to start the session. All right. Can you please drop an emoji in the chat box? All right, just drop an emoji in the chat box, whatever it is um, that your favorite emoji, whatever it is. All right, just drop an emoji in the chat box. Let me see that you guys are ready for today. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. All right, beautiful, beautiful. I think we're about 66 on the call right now. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna be starting. We're gonna be starting. All right. All right, beautiful guys, beautiful guys. Please just hold on. Young traders here, really. I didn't know that profit in the market was age dependent. Hold on, I'm trying to just set up some of my trades here. All right, so yeah, Samuel, good afternoon. All right, just hold on. I'm trying to load my setups. Martin Joseph, you're welcome. Oh wow, your first time. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Basically, what we do here is that we analyze the market and then we project to see what the market could have in store for us for the next week. All right, guys, give me a minute. I'm gonna have to shut down my MetaTrader and restart it. All right, because it's not allowing me load some of my past setups, and I need those setups because of what I'm going to be trying to show you guys today. All right, so just give me 2 minutes. I'm going to go back to the charts. Just hold on. Yeah, Mwanda, you're welcome. Kigala Joshua, you're welcome. You're welcome. Just hold on, guys. I'm trying to set this up. All right, give me a minute. We're gonna do USD JPY. I cannot promise that we will do USD CHF. All right, so I said, sorry, my MetaTrader currently is giving a whole lot of trouble because I'm unable to load my past setups, all right? And I need them because, it makes it easier to explain the things that I need to explain so that you guys can understand it. So in the absence of that, I'm going to have to use my trading view. I hope you guys don't mind, all right? So we're going to start with Euro USD, all right? Last week, NFP, powerful session. We were able to do so much together, all right? I have people making as much as $4,800 during that NFP session. So let us see what exactly has happened to the market after that massive NFP. All right, we'll start with the daily time frame as usual. The first thing we want to do is want to locate our pivot regions. All right, and the way we do that is by going over to the line chart. All right, how do we do that? We first of all go over to where the line chart. And what do we do on the line chart? We want to draw a line, all right, that connects. You can see this point, all right, this point, connect here, and then here. All right, then want to look for the closest support to that. All right, so right now that I've done all of this, I have my pivot region on the daily time frame. All right, that constitutes my pivot region on the daily time frame. Okay, so what do I want to do next? I change back to the candlestick chart. All right, then I go to the lower time frames, 1 hour, 2 hours, or 4 hours time frame. And then I want to identify demand or supply zones, all right, key demand or supply that is within the range of my pivot. All right. So you can see this is my pivot on the chart here. Represented by that blue line. All right. Then if you look closely, you'll see that there's a supply zone here. All right, right here. This is the supply zone. All right, so I'm going to mark that with a green line. All right, good. So now that price has gotten to that zone, remember I was showing you guys how to use the ECTs, entry confirmation technique. All right, so what we want to do here is go to the lower time frames. All right, we'll go to the lower time frames and then apply our entry confirmation techniques. So let's do for 15 minutes. Good. So on the 15 minutes, see, this is the previous high. This is the previous low that was swept. All right. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for a double break of structure. You guys get it? A double break of structure is what we're waiting for. Oh, really? Can you guys hear me? That's interesting. I thought you guys were hearing me all along. So I said on Euro USD, we're expecting a double break of structure here. All right, that's what we expect to see, a double break of structure at this particular region. All right, so the first break of structure has already happened. All right, which is this. All right, price has broken above this. But we now want to see a second break of structure so that price can return to the demand zone and then our buy plays out. All right, can you guys see that? So this is the first break of structure. I'm expecting a second break of structure, all right, as my entry confirmation technique so that price can return to this demand zone, all right, or any other demand zone for that matter. Okay, and then the buy can begin. Thank you so much, Jack Trader. I believe the audio was nice. Probably some of you are maybe a little bit behind the pace of the stream. All right, so this is Euro USD. All right, remember daily time frame, we got our pivot zones. All right, we went to the 1 hour, 4 hours time frame to find the demand and supply. All right, and now on the 15 minutes time frame, we have tried to locate our entry confirmation techniques. All right, the entry confirmation is what will tell us whether it is time to take that trade or not. All right, so what usually happens is that I have a sentiment. All right, my sentiment is my expectation, what I expect the market to do. But remember, I cannot impose my expectation on the market. All right, the market still has to, decide how to move, how to respond by itself. So typically what happens is that as a result of, the market movement and all of that, okay, I go to the lower time frame and then find reasons why I believe that price has begun to do what I was expecting it to do. All right, I want to confirm that, oh yes, this is a sign that price has now started moving out, or in the way that I expected it to move. All right, do you guys get that? If you guys are with me, please drop an emoji. Just drop any emoji, all right? I want to be sure that you guys are with me. Goodness Oko, I'm going to explain that in a minute, but I need everyone who can hear me to drop an emoji right now. I want to know how many people can hear me, because I'm seeing a lot of people say they cannot hear me. Nagesa Gamachu, thank you so much. Love you too. Okay, Lamini can hear me. Hussein can hear me. Who else? Who else can hear me loud and clear? All right, Forex Boy can hear me. Okay, good. I think you guys can hear me. So if you cannot hear me, you probably have a technical issue. All right, you might need to um, pay attention to that. So remember what we said: daily time frame, we get our demand and supply zones, our pivot zones. All right, 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, we find our demand and supply. All right. Then on the 15 minutes time frame, we want to find our entry confirmation, which can either be a break, a double break of structure, all right, or a break of structure, break of trend line. Now, for all of you guys who are beginners on this call right now who are saying, oh, I have no idea what this is, I don't know what exactly you're talking about, I have no clue what you're saying, all right, you may not be able to follow us on this analytics session right now. All right. But I want to plead with you. If you guys can reach out to me, probably on Instagram, on LinkedIn, I am going to send you resources, all right, step-by-step resources that can give you an idea into, market structure, demand and supply, and all of these things that are probably giving you issues right now. Well, you can take the entry confirmation from 1 hour, 4 hours, whatever time frame. But I found that the 15 minutes gives me the opportunity to be able to use smaller stop loss, all right? To use a smaller risk. So when I'm entering from the 15 minutes time frame, my stop loss can be much smaller, all right? And I can still be able to get the absolute value that I need to put across. Do you get it? All right, let's go next to GBP USD. You guys know, as usual, we want to start from the daily time frames. All right, we'll go to the daily time frame, mark out our pivot zone. All right, once we mark out our pivot zone on the daily time frame, then it becomes easier to be able to find the demand and supply on the 1 hour and the 4 hours. All right, so on the daily time frame, what do? We go to the line chart. Yes, my name on LinkedIn is Adetola Ogunkunle. But on Instagram and virtually everywhere else, you'll see Adetola Ogunkunle Freeman. Profit exchange. Well, literally, what I use is not necessarily demand and supply support and resistance strategy. All right, I wouldn't call it that. But I have found a way to simplify it for you so that it looks like support and resistance. All right, but the strategy that I'm showing you guys right now is not exactly support and resistance. It's a bit different from that. Like I said, I do my pivot zone on the daily time frame. Daily time frame. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame and find our demand and supply. Oh, happy day. Happy day. And Jesus was. When my Jesus was. Wash my sins away. Now, remember last week, this was my pivot zone on the daily time frame. All right, this was my pivot zone on the daily time frame last week. And I need you guys to see what exactly happened that became the basis for my entry. All right. Remember I said when you see a break of structure, break of trend line, all right, and that was what we had here. You can see structure got broken, the trend line got broken, price returned to the trend line for a retest, and then the drop happened. And that was a move of over, let me check. Uh, yep, that was about 300 pips. All right, that trade was about 300 pips. So right now you can see that for this week, all right, I have my pivot zone down here. All right, and then this would be my demand zone. Now, if I wanted to use the break of structure, break of trend line, I would be looking at having a trend line here. All right, I'll be plotting a trend line here, and then watching what happens when price breaks above this. All right, so I want to see price break the trend line, break through the previous high. All right, make a move that imitates this, come for a retest, and then bang. You guys get it? This is on the 1 hour time frame. And I'm just using this to show you what I would do if I wanted to take my entry confirmation on the 1 hour. All right, if I wanted to do it, I could also do the same thing on the 15 minutes time frame. All right, and that would still be the trend line. Why? Because I think in my last session, I was teaching you guys. In my last session how to draw trend lines, and I was mentioning that you do not just draw trend lines randomly, but you want to draw trend lines from highs and lows that break structure. All right, highs and lows that break structure. That should be the basis for your drawing of a trend line. All right. Then someone is asking, will I tell you guys when to enter the trade? I am sorry, this is not a call or this is not a live trading session where I'll get to tell you or give you guys financial advice. All right. This is an FBS platform. FBS is a regulated broker. And based on our regulations, it is counterproductive for us as the brokers to come and tell you specifically, oh, take a buy right now, take a sell right now. That would be counterproductive. But it is up to you. It's the onus lies on you now to replicate these setups or these trade ideas, all right, and find out or figure out your own points of entries at your own convenience. All right. Whenever you see what you are looking for as your own entry confirmation, you can take the trade. My job is to give you a sentiment, all right, or a general trade direction that you can then follow up with on your own. All right. Is that clear? So this would be GBP USD. All right. I want to see price break above the trend line, break the previous high, and then we take the trade. Then next, we want to look at AUD USD. Well, my risk management depends on the size of the account I'm trading. If it's a very large account, then I'm risking about 0.3%. All right. But if it's a small account, I can risk between 1 to 3% per position. So daily time frame, let's find our pivots. On the daily time frame, you can see this. And then this. All right. They look like pivots. So what do? We go to the 1 hour time frame candlestick chart. And then we want to look for a reason why this could be a good trade. So AUD USD, this is our demand zone down here. All right, that's AUD USD. We also have our trend line this way. Yep, that would be our trend line. So what are we anticipating? We're anticipating that price would come into this demand zone, break above the trend line and the previous high, and then we would have a trade. You guys get that? Can you guys get it now? Do you guys understand it now? Does this make sense now? All right. So, let's see. Then we'll go to gold. Daily time frame on gold. Then we want to mark out our pivots. Now, if you look at gold, you see that gold has recently made an all-time high. All right, so that makes things a bit complicated because if we're going to start marking our pivots on the daily time frame, it just will not add up. All right, we'll be looking at probably something like this. And it just might not add up. So what do? We will still use that, but we will not rely on that alone. All right, we're not going to rely on that alone. What we will do next, we go to the lower time frame. All right. As you can see, this low broke above this high. This low broke above this high. So let us plot our trend line. So we plotted our trend line using this low, all right, this low, and this low. And what that means is that from this demand zone here, we might see price jump back up. All right. Alternatively, if price fails to, make a major move from here, all right, then we would expect to see price break the trend line, break below the previous low, which is a break of structure, then retest this region, and then drop. You get that now? So there remains, some degree of patience, all right, to see what direction price chooses. All right, is price going to choose to break below that demand zone? All right, and then once it does that, we know that our sentiment is now bearish. Or is price going to bounce from the demand zone and the trend line, and in that case validate our bullish sentiment? All right, so we need patience to find that out. But if price is going to validate our bullish sentiment, it needs to come and break above this high. Whereas if price is going to validate our bearish sentiment, it only needs to break below this low. Do we get that now? I wish that I knew what it feels like to be free. Oh, to smile every day. You guys get it, please. How do I determine a demand zone? That's a big question. I determine a demand zone based on the market structure. All right, so I'm typically looking for candles that sweep liquidity before a break of structure. I know that that cannot be clear. I know you cannot understand that, but there's going to be problem if I try to explain further on this call, because um, then we'll be talking about the difference between order blocks, breaker blocks. We'll be talking about fair value gaps. We'll be talking about inducements. We'll be talking about engineered liquidity. We're talking about buy side, sell side liquidity, natural liquidity, trend line liquidity, and all of this jargon. All right. But the simplest explanation will be for you to realize that the candle that sweeps liquidity before a break of structure is your demand and supply zone. Cat Lego, Ferenchani. Sorry, that's not my department, so I will not be able to speak on it. All right, my department is simply what I'm doing right now. So if you want to confirm that, you can just head over to the website and make inquiries from the live chat. I am sure they'll be more than happy to respond to you. All right. So for those of you that said I have a beautiful voice, I don't. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I believe you, but I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. Hopefully, one day I become a superstar. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want to have a TikTok account, so that you guys, when we finish the whole trading thing, we can just come together and just have fun. I sing off key, you laugh at me, and then everybody's happy. Whether you lose money during the trading or not, whether whether NFP pays you or not, whether CPI pays you or not, we can just have fun, all right? Trading already is mentally stressful, and I think that is important to be able to relieve that stress, with whatever makes you happy. You guys get it? So that's why I sing once in a while, so that you guys can just release the tension, all right? Release the tension. I know someone is probably planning on funding their school fees this week. All right. Dear brother, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. And if you will, be sure that you're very certain about what you're doing. You know what you're doing. All right. Otherwise, we just might have a session like this to fundraise for your education. All right. And I wouldn't want that. So please don't do that. All right. So let's go on. This is gold. All right. And I think that what we're going to see on gold now determines a lot. All right. And that's because since gold has created an all-time high, the points that we have for drawing our pivots are minimal. All right. So this is the best approach. Wait for a breakout, because this already feels like a ranging market. All right. So that's basically it. Then the next thing we want to do is want to go to USD JPY. All right, daily time frame. We're gonna plot our pivots. All right, daily time frame line chart. All right, I think there's a pivot here, somewhere around here. Please note your pivots do not have to be accurate. All right, the main thing is the demand and supply that you work with. Okay, let me quickly answer Lamini's question. If you're having a small account, how do you ensure success? If you're having a small account, what you want to do is I want you to be able to list your entry, your entry strategy. All right, have three different entry setups or entry patterns. All right, three different confirmations that you use to enter your trade. Then you can label them your C, your A plus, your A, and your B setup. All right, your B setup will be the setup that gives you profit sometimes, but not so many times. All right, not so often. Your A setup are setups that give you quite good results, all right, but it probably does not happen so frequent, but the results are very good. Now, your A plus setups are going to be setups that whenever it shows, you are almost guaranteed that it will deliver for you. All right, whenever you see that setup, you are almost guaranteed that you will make profit. All right, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you're trading a small account, you probably want to wait for your A plus setups only. All right. At the onset, you wait for your A plus setups only, build the account, grow the account, all right, until you can now comfortably start to take your A setup. All right. Then as the account grows, you can then start incorporating the B setups. All right. So you start from the A plus, the A, and then the B setups. But if you are if you're a prodigy, if you're a trading prodigy, you can have A to Z kind of setups, all right? So after you use A, you use B, you use C, you use D, you use E, you use F, as the case may be. All right, let me quickly answer Hussein. Hussein says, how do you avoid a losing streak? One, to avoid a losing streak, you need to take a break. All right? To avoid a losing streak, the first thing you have to do is take a break. Once you've seen that you have lost 3 days in a row, take a break. All right? And during that break, what you want to do is you want to figure out what is wrong with you. All right? Is it the trading strategy? Is it your patience? Is it that the market has evolved beyond what you know? All right? So you want to check, do I need to learn more? Do I need to refine my strategy? Do I just need to be patient, all right, and take only the best trades, or do I need discipline? Because sometimes when you are emotionally riled up, you jump into trades, all right, and you take wrong trading decisions. So that could also be a criteria, all right. So when you the first thing to do when you notice you are having a losing streak is find out why, because you will never be able to recover if you do not first of all find out why things are going wrong. All right, that is extremely important. Then keep going asks, I lost $3,000 in my last trading. What advice can you give me? To be honest, the first advice I will give is already your username. Keep going. All right, but this time around, I think you would need to go better. All right, this time around, I think you need to go better, because what you need to do now is to find out what was wrong, what caused the loss. All right. What was the reason behind the loss? Was it because you were impatient? Was it because you were indisciplined? Was it because you didn't have sufficient knowledge? All right. So when you check all these things and you figure out why you made that loss, all right, it becomes easier to be able to bounce back. All right. And by all means, you can reach out to me on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Let's talk. Let's figure out what your issue might have been, what could have caused that particular situation. All right. Probably you got a bad news. Your babe, your significant other broke up with you, or probably something just happened that got you emotional. Right. So that could also be a reason. All right. So these are some of the things that you guys want to consider when it comes to okay, what am I doing? How do I get better at this thing? What exactly is going on? All right. So these are some of the things that you want to consider. Daniel and Zebo is saying he has a question, but it's off topic. You can type it. If not, you can reach out to me personally, and then we can figure that out. How do I identify an inducement and avoid it? I'm sorry, Samuel, we cannot be able to talk about inducement on this call. Inducement is a big deal. All right, but let me just tell you this. If you want to quickly spot inducement, you can work with your Fibonacci retracement levels. All right. Inducements typically happen around the 50 and 61.8. All right. Inducements typically happen around the 50 and 61.8. So you want to look for entries around the 76 and 82%. All right. Around 76 and 82%. That's one. Two, an inducement usually happens where there's a fair value gap. All right. So the inducement will first of all come into the fair value gap without necessarily filling it up, without necessarily closing up the fair value gap. All right. And then once that has happened, the next thing that you will observe is that after the inducement, there is now going to be a proper retracement that completely covers up the fair value gap. All right. Do you get it? So yes, that's my answer for you, Samuel. So let's go back to the candlestick chart and see what's going on. Okay, Ed Stanley is asking, what is your advice for someone that wants to grow a $50 account daily, compounding to a big account? What kind of risk management and how many trades a day? To be honest, it all depends on the level of accuracy of your strategy. All right, if you have a very good strategy, then that is beyond possible. All right, if not, trust me, it won't matter how much you're starting with, compounding will be a problem. You understand now? So, Air Stanley, the first thing you want to do is to ensure that you understand the strength and weakness of your trading strategy. Once you are able to do that, then you can be able to come up with a reasonable risk, all right, probably like 1% risk per day, all right, 1% or 3% risk per day, which means that if I'm risking 3% per day, all right, 3% of $50 is $15, all right, it means then that I need to work with the very best setups only, all right, only the best kinds of setups. All right, I don't want to up into trades or jump into trades prematurely. I want to be sure that whatever trades I'm taking, they are actually trades that are valid. You get that now? They are actually the best of the best kind of trade. So that is that for Esther's question. So let's get back to USD JPY. This is our pivot region. All right, that's our pivot region. And if you come to the 15 minutes time frame, you'd observe that something interesting has happened. First of all, we've seen this break of structure, break of trend line. And secondly, you'll see that there has been this double break of structure, which therefore means that I can typically position here all right, allow price come into the supply zone and then bam. The Lamini, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't wanna go there. Why you wanna go there? All right, so that is USD JPY. I think the final request was for USD CHF. All right, so we'll do USD CHF quickly. All right, and then we'll call it a day today. Remember, on Thursday is the CPI live stream. All right, is the CPI live stream. And trust me, if you do not have an FBS account, you might end up losing your trades during that moment. All right. So click the link in the description, create your FBS account right now. All right. So that on Thursday, there will not be complaints about, oh, the spread, oh, I was taken out by the swap or whatever it is. All right. So you want to be absolutely certain that you have an FBS account, all right? Because only then will you be able to have the same experience as everybody else on the call, all right? So let's go to USD CHF, which is going to be our final call for today. Let's go to the daily time frame and find our pivots. Pivot, pivot, pivot. All right, so that's USD CHF. Let's come to the candlestick chart. Now, this is the 1 hour time frame. You'll see that this was a break of structure. This was a second break of structure. All right, so where would I be expecting to take my entry from? I think the most logical point would be somewhere here first. All right, somewhere here. Since there's a fair value gap here, this could play as an inducement, or price could come to, create to artificially engineer liquidity either way. But this would be my preferred point of entry, since I think my Fibonacci would agree with that too. Yeah, that's about 76%. All right, so we'll work with that. Although this would be my first alternative, all right, or my first option. But if on the 15 minutes I do not get entry confirmation, within this demand zone, then I'll wait for price to come into the second one. Henry Nathan, yes. Booker's updates. How do you know where to place your stop loss? Well, because I trade based on market structure, all right, my stop loss is usually placed based on the market structure. So I look at the demand and supply zones as regions for my stop loss. And I think that makes trading a bit easier for me, at least for me. At history, to be able to get trading ideas is not difficult. The FBS Analytics and Education Telegram group, all right, you can always get that every single day, all right, every single day. You can always get that every single day. So click the link in the description to join the Telegram group, all right, and I can promise you, you're gonna have a lot of fun on that group as well, all right. Anyways, I think we've come to the end of this stream. All right. This is about 3 minutes past 3 by my time. All right. So I want to say thank you so much to everyone that has joined in, everyone that has contributed, everyone that has asked questions, or spoken or commented. All right. I want to say thank you so much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys. Till Thursday when I come your way again, remember the name remains Adetola Freeman, and I am sincerely looking forward to us making some remarkable profits together on Thursday at the NFP stream. So, without further ado, thank you so much, guys. See you on Thursday. God bless you and have a fantastic rest of the trading week. Bye bye.